second tattoo. Hey everyone, and welcome to Veda day 29. As you can see from the title and that little thing at the beginning, I don't know what that was, but I got a new tattoo. I got it on my ankle. Probably can't see that. I'm going to show you it because at the moment it's very peely and very gross, which you don't want to see. It's doing its little scabby thing where all the scabs come off. It's gross, it's disgusting. I'm not going to show you that. However, I do have some footage of it actually getting done, and I'm going to probably put that like here or here, wherever it fits, and then I'm going to talk you through what it was like getting my second tattoo. Before we get into actually getting the tattoo, let's talk about before I got my tattoo. I was very scared. I knew what I wanted, I knew where I wanted it, but I was more scared to get my second tattoo than I was to get my first tattoo, which, if you don't know, is the infinity faith I have on my wrist. I was genuinely very afraid of getting my second tattoo, more so than I was getting my first tattoo, and that's simply because the place where I got my second tattoo was supposedly one of the single most painful places you can get your tattoo. Ankle, ribs, face, neck, spine, painful places where you can get your tattoo, and ankle is on that list. Now when I say ankle, I don't mean like this part, but as you can see here is where I got it, and it hurt very badly, but we'll get into that in a minute. So I go into the tattoo shop, I told them that it's my appointment, it's all very good and dandy. I'm not going to say what tattoo shop I went to, because I do have a few complaints and I don't want to shit on their company. They have mainly good reviews. I just had a little bit of a crappy experience, but you know, at the end of the day it wasn't really that bad. It wasn't that big of a deal. So I go in, I tell them that it's my appointment, and then they get the picture up on the computer, which I sent to them through their Facebook page. They print it off, she sketches it up, and she puts on the little transfer paper, and that's fine and dandy. He goes through, sets up his tattoo gun and stuff like that. He goes into the back room, and I'm sat in the waiting room with Tia, and he calls me into the back. Bearing in mind, didn't ask me for ID. At the time I was only 18, and he didn't ask me for ID. I don't know if I look old enough, but I still get ID'd for paracetamol. A bit like, eh. Afterwards I kind of thought back and I was like, maybe it's because I was really chill and just okay with it. I was fine, and maybe it's because he'd seen I already have a tattoo, but a lot of people get tattoos underage these days, so I don't know. But they didn't ID me. I went to the back and he put the little template trace thing that he did where I wanted it, and it looked great, fine, perfect and dandy. I was very happy and very chuffed with the location. And then he started the tattoo. It was fine, everything was okay. It didn't really hurt at first. The main bit that did hurt, that hurt me anyway, was around the bottom of the heel part, like so the back of the heel and then the bottom of the foot. You'll be able to see it in the video, but it wasn't like a very bad pain. So he was doing the lines, and when he got to that bit, he like halfway through doing that bit, he looked at me and he said, "I bet that really hurts there, doesn't it?" I was like, "Yeah, just a little bit," like trying to play cool, like, "Yep, just a little bit." And he said that I'm braver than him because he wouldn't get a tattoo there, and I was like, ah, bitch. But then I was like, can I have a little break? And he continued tattooing me, and there is my first complaint. I needed a break. I was getting really hot, I was getting a headache, I felt a little bit dizzy, and he continued. But I powered through. I didn't ask him again, which was probably my bad. I probably should have asked him again. Maybe he didn't hear me, maybe he thought I was joking, I don't know, but he continued anyway, which was my first complaint. Like, if your customer asks you for a break because they're in pain, then you need to stop. After he had done the line art, he did give me a little break, but I think it was mainly for him. He went outside to have a cigarette, I don't know. But I went back into the waiting room and I asked Tia to go get me a sugary drink, because I hear that having high blood sugar is helpful for when you're getting a tattoo. It did help me, it cooled me down a lot. He came back in, like changed his gloves, thank God, because he just had a cigarette and I don't want that near my wound. Then he started with the colour, and that was fine and dandy, and he did a really good job. I didn't really feel the colour again until he was doing around the heel part. I think I have a pretty high pain tolerance considering it didn't really hurt. The woman next to me was really chatty. They have 2 tattoo chairs because it's quite a small business. But the woman next to me was getting a cover-up tattoo, and she asked me if it hurts there, and I was like, yeah, it does. And then her tattooist said, if you're getting really hot and it's hurting you, then ask him to stop. And I said, I did. And he went, oh. And then that was that. He didn't want to like interfere, I don't think. But my tattooist wasn't really friendly or chatty. He was just kind of, let's do this. And I was more chatting with the woman next to me who got her who was getting her tattoo, and her tattooist. And that was fine. I didn't care. Maybe he was having a bad day. I don't know. But that's another complaint. Like, if you're putting someone through pain, I know they're asking for it, but if you're putting someone through pain, talk to them to distract them a little bit. Like, does that not make sense? It does to me anyway. And then the only other complaint I have is that when he was done, it was fine. He said, there you go. I got off the chair, I went and paid. He didn't wrap up my tattoo. He didn't like talk me through aftercare treatment. Like, obviously I know aftercare treatment because I had another tattoo, but he didn't talk me through that, and he didn't wrap it up in the cling film to protect it. And bearing in mind this is on my foot, so I couldn't wear my shoe, and I had to like walk through back into my town to meet Tia's mum, who was driving us home. That was kind of awkward, the fact that he didn't wrap it, because by the time we had got to the meetup place that we were meeting, it had got like dirt attached to it. So when I got home instantly I had to wash it. I was going to do that anyway, but it's the fact that he didn't wrap it, and you are supposed to wrap a tattoo because it is a fresh wound. Then I figured maybe it was an awkward place, but I managed to wrap it because I washed off the dirt and then I wrapped it myself with cling film at home. I managed to wrap it. I feel like it's supposed to be mandatory that they're supposed to wrap it because a tattoo is a wound. And then like a couple hours later I noticed that you can, where he's done the colour, you can see the lines. I don't know if it shows up in the picture, but it's not completely healed yet, like I said. But I don't know, we'll see how it turns out after it's completely healed. If it does look really crappy and you can still see the lines, then I probably will go back with a complaint. But at the minute I'm not too fussed. It was an okay experience. The tattoo looks great now, so I hope that's the case and the colour is as vibrant as it's supposed to be. That was my experience getting my second tattoo. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. I love you all so much to infinity and beyond. For watching, I hope you enjoyed. My name is Waverly, and now I'm off to read. Bye!